Shalom to the wall, y'all. From Island. We the Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa Oklahoma. Once again, I heard the pops up downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, head to the east. About first door two. Yeah, power. By Shir Rock and Gosh, which is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue. That's great name of the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of the great millstone, and Shalom. Two sister brothers living this truth, and Shalom. Two brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Once again, y'all start out to talk about, hey, something big is brewing up. You got a lot of the controlled opposition. You got a lot of what they call them preppers. Everybody's talking about this event that's about to come up that is going to change the trajectory of where we at right now. Like prophecy, it's going to speed it up. Esau Edom, he's behind the clock. So the devil had to speed up to get to that MOTB, which is that RFID microchip. He got to speed that process up, you know, to get ready, because, you know, Yahweh Shai is rushing this devil. His time is short. So Revelation 12 and 12. So we're telling the nation to brace for impact, because we can feel through the spirit that something big about to happen. Some type of T attack, some type of pandemic, something big where they're going to get new laws and new legislation in order to take away everybody's rights. And you can tell it's coming too, because they got, what's that, December 16th, Google and Meta is going to have the ability to look through all your emails, your text messages, and just everything you got, any device you got is connected to those services. You're going to be able to look through your messages and your past messages, even if you deleted them. So what they're doing right now is trying to figure out who is who. Are you with the new system, or are you an enemy against the system? And they're going to do an event, kind of like that 911, to see, you know, where everybody's at, because they don't have enough troops to attack every single American citizen. They don't have to. A lot of people will go with the new, you know, the new agenda, real easy like. They even get the ones who won't. What they call it, a FEMA cover list. They're trying to get that list updated. And they're using AI and technology to do it based on what you present and what you know you've been texting and all that. A lot of dirt will get caught up too. Like say you know some criminal activity, that's going to get red flag. You somebody, you know, bring you in, depending on what you're doing. So I got the open precept where we should be at. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. All right? And so the word be sober is ultimately going into being level-headed. All right? It's more than just drugs and alcohol, what we're going to keep on telling you. It's more than just drugs and alcohol. If you're an individual that can't control your emotions, you're not sober. Okay? In the other text, when it says be vigilant, it makes you constantly being on your watch. Okay? Being aware. Using discernment. Okay? That's what being vigilant. Then it says, because your adversary as a roaring lion walking about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? All of these people that the heart by how y'all this mission are pretty much the devil. They are the antichrist. They are the anti-Hamashiach. Okay? And that's why it says, because your adversary the devil as a roaring lion walking about seeking whom he may devour. They're basically setting up the snares and the traps, and they're going to see who's going to be caught up in those nets. Okay? That's all they're doing. They're nothing but the spirit of Esau. Okay? When you go back to the history of how Jacob and Esau were growing up, it said Jacob was a plain man living in tent, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Okay? And this is what we're telling you. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, who control America, aka Babylon the Great, they're setting up snares and traps, and they're about to go look at their net. Okay? You ever watch one people, they always set up the net to get catching data. They just set up the net, and then they go back to their little snares in their net, and they're gonna see who they caught. That's how the devil operates, man. We're letting you know what's going to get ready to come down the pipeline. Okay, so if you're not sober and if you're not vigilant, you're going to get caught up in that net that Esau Edom, so-called white man, have set up.
If you're in the dark, you're still in the dark right now, and you don't got the light to see what's going on. Hey, you do. Just like the brother Bahayar said, man, it's gonna be like another 911 event. You seen what happened in September? Then that caused for a whole change for these devils to boost up their fucking intelligence to look all into your shit. And now they about to do it again. And now that insiders is coming out. Candace Owens, she said, hey, the second week of December, hey, be watching now because it might be another 911 event. And if that happens, that's exactly going to be a good time to usher in what they're talking about doing on the 16th. Looking through and update their policies and put more eyes on when it comes to security. And you gotta know these things, man. Or else you're gonna be caught in the dark. And you're gonna be in one of them spots. Get jammed up.
And what they did the Patriot Act. Yeah, that time. They did the Patriot Act, they could run through and label everybody like a public security threat. So they're gonna do it again, and then look, they might do this, like what's that show, Zero Day? They might do a cyber attack. And they can blame China. They can blame Russia to get their war going. Because they try to do a peace deal with Russia. And Vladimir Putin like, nigga, F your peace deal. And he's like, I'm bombing them. Like, I'm not listening to y'all. And that's because they're in the Ezekiel 38 chapter. They're in that spirit. So they're looking to protect other small nations. Because, Babylon Great's still trying to smash on people. They want Venezuelan oil. And Russia like, no, you don't. So they're not getting no peace deal with Ukraine and Russia. Like, I thought they was going to, solve that down, get it to die down and go somewhere else. And, man, they let me know, like, Putin, like, I'm not listening to nothing y'all say. I'm smashing them out. NATO is next. If you jump on Venezuela, I'm on your butt over there. I'm on your head. So they listed the Babylonian American Edomites. They're in the corner. People ain't even visit Donald Trump like that no more. So they need a big event to get back public support. And what's the best way to do that? They can do a cyber attack. Oh, Russia hacked our computers and did this. And a dumb Edomite, goddamn Russians, goddamn Democrats.
Fall for what they call it?
False flag event?
Yeah, false flag. What's that thing? Shit. What's the word for it? Where it's going into your mind. They
PSYOP.
Yeah, PSYOP. Yeah. The PSYOP control, mind control type of situation, man. And that's why you gotta have the light of the Lord. Because like if you're still in the dark, you just fuck. And I got a precept to go with that. This is Ephesians 5 and 15. I'm gonna actually start at 14. He says, wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepeth, arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. And if the Hamashiach gives you light, you will be able to see these PSYOP events, man. It won't fuck with your mind like it would the rest of these Babylonians out here. You don't have your ass over here, then he say something else, you over here. He say something else, you down the middle. You don't know what to do. Your mind all scrambled. Nah, you got to have that light of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Verse 15, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, man. That keep your head on the swivel, constantly looking and comparing things to the scriptures of what you learned. It says, see that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So you can't be a fool who's walking after what Esau Edom is doing and stuck in the dark, not knowing, studying, just looking like a fool because you just getting tossed to and fro by every word that Esau Edom is saying. Verse 16, it says, redeeming the times because the days are evil. And that's exactly what the times that we're in, evil days, man. Esau Edom, his time is short. So when he's the man of sin, he's like to steal, kill, and destroy. He's the evil man. So the times are evil. You need to know the light. You need to be in the light of Yahweh Shah and Yahweh, or you're gonna be caught in the dark. I'm gonna just read this next verse. It says, redeeming the times because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And you gotta know what the will of the Lord is, man. That's the only thing that's gonna keep you stable in these times.
We're at the point they got artificial intelligence. Like I said, the PSYOP right now, the biggest PSYOP's been ran right now, been ran with Edomites. And they're still in rulership. So Esau, you know how he's thinking, Esau trying to convince Jake, if you were 2/3, they'll get you to be bugging out like them. Right now, Esau bugging out. I noticed they have no security right now. They had security in Donald Trump. Now that he's failing so bad, I noticed down there spiraling again. And if you are Jake and you're not in the light of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and you running up in the light of Esau, you're going to be spinning as well. And they don't know where to go. They don't know where the security at. They're like, man, Donald Trump failing. This is failing. They can't get it going over here. Our military is strong as it used to be. They're snatching people off the streets. You know, because you got Edomites fighting ICE. Like, hey, man, you making us look bad. We're supposed to pretend to like, you know, Yasharala. That's why we rule. We rule by deceit. But the Lord got Donald Trump in office where he's taking the mask off. He's showing Esau Edom, like, that's the Lord making Esau bear. And the other Edomites got a little sense, like, hey, man, you messing it up for us. Like, we supposed to pretend to like them. You making it where it looks bad on me. Everybody look at me like I'm crazy. You know, I'm the devil. Because of what you doing. So they're now fighting ICE because they like, man, you like Northern Tribe Issachar, he cut my yard. He fixes my house. He fixes my cars. You can't be snatching them up. That's the cheap slave labor. Plus, Edomites, they like to eat tacos too. Like, man, you gonna mess up my taco truck, goddammit. No. Then they already know, like, Judah is next. And I'm hearing a lot of Edomites on YouTube, like, I get comfortable being around Judah. I like being around Judah. They know they, like, the Edomite got a little bit of sense, though, that they can't survive without Yasharala. So they're looking at Donald Trump like, dude, what are you doing? You're going too far. You know? So now they're like, right now, you got Edomite fight Edomite. And now that brings what? Confusion. Because Edomite like, ain't we supposed to fight for white supremacy? We were fighting against white supremacy? So average Edomite is like, man, I wouldn't want to be an Edomite this time. They don't know what to think, where to go, what to do. They probably on antidepressants, all of that. Now, as an Israelite, you don't need to be caught up in that. Because if you do, you're going to be caught in confusion, which I've seen that from a couple of Jakes already. They don't know whether to be a Babylonian or to stick to what they are. And that shows when I see them tripping out, it's because they're lost. They don't know how to react to it. They don't know, like, do I fight for my country? Or my country fights against me? So what do I do? And they're at that point already. So think if the devil do a false flag to me, that's going to, you know, shake their little, you know, to the core, because Esau operates out of fear. So it's going to be something about fear. It's going to be a pandemic. The lights could go out. You know, it could be a T attack. We already get T attacks all over the place. He's blaming Ishmael again, the so-called Arab. So right there had like 3 of those. It could be that. And I'm looking at Ishmael like, look at your dumb butt. This devil is using you again to be the terrorist, the faithful terrorist. And you done over it, kiss this devil's butt, helped him out. You know, the devil gave you know, for how to store. So he was cool with it, but now the devil using them, like you the T. So it's gonna be Edomites, you know, taking their frustration out on, you know, the Middle Easterns. And really it's gonna be all out war. So people don't know what to think. Like they don't have no security, they're scared. That's why you got all these mass shootings. Them are psyops. A lot of them. You know, all you do is find a dummy. Hey man, $2 million go here. Got the gun for you. Light it up. You know? And just like that, now like people don't want to go to school. They don't want to go to public places. You know, they don't know if they're gonna get shot up or not. And that's because they put their faith and their strength in Babylon the Great. We don't do that. We don't look for Esau to protect us. They never have. I look at Jake like you retarded. When is Esau ever saved you, man? We only been saved by the grace of Yahweh Bashiach Rashad. That's it. He never always unallowed it every chance they get. You know what I'm saying? I don't get nervous when I see some YNs. I get nervous when I see the police for it. That's the Roman generals. They don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't look for the police to protect me. They never have. Too much police show up. Hey, you know, my life could be threatened. They're like, where your papers at, boy? You know, who was you doing? You a YN? You know what I'm saying? They might, whatever. But like a lot of JP, I'm just saying, especially the Israelite woman, she gets safe from the police. Man, that security over with. But the police are scared right now. They getting overtook. You got ICE agents. You got other little military. They got the National Guard in here. You got the Homeland Security troops. So they looking like, goddamn, what am I here for? Like, I'm getting replaced. Like, Trump is using ICE to do the policing. ICE is taking their jobs over. And ICE got more armory and more gear than the police do.
In a lot of them cities, a lot of ICE agents was banging with the police.
God, so you see that's a war person. The people don't know what to think. Like, is ICE good for us? Or is the police good for us? Which one is it? What, should I back the police? Should I back ICE? You got some people, I'm backing ICE up. These other people got to leave. I don't want y'all strong here. There's something like, now back up the police because they're kicking out, you know, some of my women, they got family that's Jakes. Like, they got, you know, Hispanic, so-called blacks. They like, nah, man, my grandbaby's life is in danger. So she's conflicted right there. Like, damn. Do I back up white supremacy? Or do I back up my grandkids? What do I do? And I'm like, shit, this ain't nothing, man. Wait till that AI or a false flag. Let's say they can hit this place with a missile. And then everybody shook to the core. Like, I thought we had intercepted missiles. What happened? I thought we had all kinds of sensors and stuff. What happened?
I thought y'all was building a golden dome.
Yeah, what happened? What the hell? And then, like, you know how they do their false flag event? The smart had to say, oh, Russia did it, China did it. And they had a whole country ready to go to war with another country over something they did. Like the October 7th thing. It's the same scenario. So I got this right here. Go back up the little rhetoric I had. This is Matthew 24:24. But there shall rise false Christ or Mashiach and false prophets. They shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So the Lord let us know right there that the seed is going to be so powerful. The only one that's not going to be fooled is the elect. Everybody else is going to go for it. And he said false Christ. We seen that right now. It was a pastor in South Africa said it was going to be a rapture at a certain date. And then the whole world believed that shit. I was like, what the hell? Like, the Mark of the Beast ain't even out yet. Like, that shows you a lot of people ain't read their Bible. How can you go for something like that and the Mark of the Beast ain't been issued yet? Then you know what they're talking about.
How can you go for something like that where rapture ain't even in the scriptures? Not even once.
They said Roman Catholic is still dominant in people's minds.
They matters worse whenever they got criticized for it to not come true. Yeah, people still want to see these past. And you know, all trying to do it with it. He's like, they do it too. You know, like, come on.
They tried to lie. They was like, well, they weren't going by that calendar. You going by the Gregorian calendar, so it's really 2 weeks from now. And that day went by, and it still didn't happen.
It was false, man. MOTV has to go out first before, you know, the church start picking people up. And see, you gotta know the truth to know that. They still got people don't know the truth. And they got fooled by that.
You know, they stuck in that old folly, man. And I got a precept to back that up. This is Proverbs 13 and 16. Because the prudent, the saints, hey, when we go off of knowledge of the scriptures, this is what it reads. Proverbs 13 and 16 says, every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open to folly. And that's all folly right there, man. If you don't know that half this shit is fake, that these Roman Catholics be saying this shit right now, or what Esau even was talking about is nothing but folly, hey, you through. Hey, you gotta have the knowledge of the scriptures, because what it say, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge will be stability of these times, man, the times that we're in now.
That's good, man. And like so right, like the precept said, he said they should show great signs and wonders. You know, what's some great signs and wonders? And they can do Project Blue Beam, throw something in the air, alien invasion, and get everybody fooled with that. Oh, the aliens, if you put this device in your body, the aliens won't be able to take over your mind. You know, people go for that. Oh, there's a new virus out. If you put the device in your body, it'll get nano machine, keep you safe. And you got to go get it. You know, people fall for that. You know, they scared. And they look for the government for their piece of safety. Well, we know that. Look at the C-19 situation. Everybody, that was a grand experiment to see how dumb people are. That was like a IQ check to see, you know, the government wanted to see, like, how good do I got it? How good do people follow me? And now, at the, you know, past, everybody sees a bunch of hoopla, and we don't know what you got in your body. And we try to tell people don't do it because it's experimental. The devil is trying to see what he can do, man. He's going to see how much control does he have. And he's seeing that he still got it. So he's like, okay, I better get ready for my next move. Because they say what? 70% of Babylonians went and got it. So they showing like, okay, I still got a majority of them, but I'm losing it. I just seen I did a lesson with that devil Hillary Clinton. She said, goddamn TikTok got people, you know, waking up to the truth. You got to control of that, you know. So they the devil know you got to move fast. And now the people waking up because that TikTok went on for a minute. It was good for a minute. And now the devil like, I got to do something new to get them back up on my tip. And he gonna do it to create fear. Like I said, a psyop, a psychological operation to scare you into going there. But see, when you lock in with your Habashah Shah and you're part of the hopeful elect, and you got the wisdom of understanding, you don't fall for that because we waiting on your Habashah. So we all like, we looking at the devil like you're crazy. You like to set up a trap. Like you doing that in vain, homie. I'm not about to step on that bird trap. I see you throwing leaves on top of it. I see it, you know.
How about you out there blow the wind? So he let me see the trap anyway.
Yeah, we see the devil setting it up. He's like, oh, he's setting it up right there. You put some little food, little money right there. Like we see the trap man set us, so we're not gonna fall for it. So the devil like, okay, I gotta get some type of mechanism involved to see who will go for my deception, who won't. The ones who won't, hey, line them up and put some hot lead in their bodies. And even that, we ain't for that. It's like we know the devil will come hard for it. So we looking for the Lord to open up that standard. Because the devil know we not gonna go. You look at the prophets like, yeah, them dudes ain't like, what was that? When you look at Book of Maccabees, where Eleazar and the children, they hung up, and they try to make them eat pork, to make the rest eat pork, and he spit it out. Like, the devil know, like, okay, these men ain't gonna go for it. Yeah, Eleazar, yeah, they gonna do us like that. Like, okay, he ain't gonna go. We got to unalive him. What they call it, the red list? He's on the red list. Take him out back and light him up. Because if he's around, he'll create stability for the rest of them. And then we might lose some of our, our numbers because of that. So that's why we got to really lock in with the Lord, because he's going to come after the prophets the hardest. Because we the men of the Lord, we ain't going for it. And then, like I said, the false Christ and false prophets. You got a bunch of false prophets. Man, you got IUIC, Sons of Jacob, IUSBK. They saying that the Mark of the Beast is not the Almighty microchip. Right now, it's proof they are false prophets. You can plainly see that the micro C here, the CHIP, is the Mark of the Beast. The money is going out of circulation. Penny is out of circulation. They be talking about what's it called, stable coins, crypto.
Dollar crash and everything.
Yeah, you got a devil. God, then you got a devil. Elon Musk already put microchips in people's head right now.
I got a quick testimony about that video. You know how you go to self-checkout and they give you an exact change?
God.
So, something told me this day, because I went there and baked it out because I was redoing my bathroom and stuff, and I had to repaint. I had to go get some more paint for the bowls, bus bowls, or whatever. And normally I'll slide in at 20. Something told me to just put the exact amount. And as soon as I put the exact amount, the damn machine shorted. And so I had to tell the lady, I was like, hey, I'm short about 26 cents. It wasn't that much. And there were two things I got out of that situation. The machine, it didn't have no more pennies. And then the Judite woman that was over there, she frowned upon me. Well, want my change back. Like, you get my money, But the old lady had to go to the Edomite lady. She was nice. She had to go to the actual cashier. And she gave me a quarter. She was like, I don't have any more pennies. I said, oh, okay, that's fine.
There ain't no pennies. So they rounded it.
Yeah.
So you're going to get shorted on the penny.
Right.
So yeah, it's like 5 cents. By nickel now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be next thing to go.
Yeah, that's what she should have gave me. If that's the case, you might well give me nothing.
Yeah. So they about to go work their way up. So I'm looking at these other camps. I was watching the video on BOW, Believe in the Way. They trash. So, yeah. Genesis is trash. There was a bunch of false prophets. At this point, it's blatantly clear that the Almighty microchip is the mark of the beast. I mean, straight. I mean, ain't no debating that no more. You got the devil already putting it in the people's head. So I don't want to hear that. Hey, Joe, I don't see no microchips. Fool, I do. You blind. And what it say about following blind leaders? You fall into a ditch. So it's time to get away from them false prophets, man. Get away from them false camps. And they still out here deceiving people. Because if you haven't been edified on the mark of the beast, when it happens, that's a hole in your armor. That's a plate you ain't got. And that hole right there, that's all the devil need to get all the way off it.
That's a big hole.
Yeah. That's like having no helmet on.
Yeah.
Now you get dome shot. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's at this point where the Lord is showing who got the truth and who don't got the truth. We've been saying that everybody, how y'all just being haters. Y'all GMS Max. Y'all this and that. But now I'm like, the Lord done went so hard, it's like perfectly visible on who got truth and who don't. And all them dudes, man, like IRC, them is sellout camps. They got 501c3 non-tox charter exempts. So that proves that they're sellouts. We ain't over here hating, telling you the truth.
The scripture will tell you that when you read the book of James, the first chapter, it tells you the spirit of religion is this. That those that, Luke paraphrasing those that brought it out of their tongue, and then it goes into telling you that that the religion has to be unspotted from the world. Meaning that it has to be strictly about the words of Yah, about the Yahshua, nothing else. So if you're unspotted from the world, that means you're not gonna be involve any type of government entity, anything like that.
We don't have it. Like Esau ain't got no say so in our ministry whatsoever. We have no ties to Esau.
It also shows that they don't have the spirit of the Lord. Because, like, hey, if you had the spirit of the Lord, hey, you wouldn't be going making covenants with Esau. That shows that you really is after your own flesh, man. You following your own lust in your flesh, of your flesh. You want some money in Esau Edom's kingdom for filthy lucre's sake.
It's what's that Titus 1:10. You're doing it for a bag, you're not doing it for salvation. So therefore, why should you subscribe to them? They're not gonna give you the truth. They lead you back to Esau.
And Yahweh Shai independent fact, because Yahweh Shai died for our sins because he loved his nation, right? So basically, we're no greater than our masters. We're gonna follow in the same thing. We love our nation. This is why we do what we do, all right? And so now when you got the false prophet who pretty much love money, you know what the scripture says, the love of money is the root of all evil. So this is why you got these false prophets. They're gonna tell you, you know, just to get that bag, they're gonna tell you the little lies here and there, and that basically leads to evil. You know, that's basically what it is. You know, you got a false group, IUIC, ICPK, and all of them telling you that the RFID CHIP is not the mark of the beast. That is the root of all evil, right? That leads you to your death, right?
Just like the Howard tried, the point you make, just like the Howard tried, willing to give our life for this truth. So when you willing to give your life for truth, guess what? That takes away all fear. So we're not worried about Esau's military and all whatever he gonna do. We going down like your house shot went down for the truth. You know? Right. So when you do that, that takes the fear factor away. Now Esau, what can he do now? Only thing he could threaten you was with death. So when you already accepted that fate, what are you gonna do now? So that's why he gotta he gotta move differently now. That put fear in him. He's like, oh, these dudes ain't scared to die. Oh shit! How can we threaten them? What do we have? Okay, now we got to move carefully. Now we got to be real kind of honest. Now I got to see, can I trick them? Because I can't scare them. So now I got to get them thrown off their things in some type of way. And that's why we got to be vigilant. Because Esau coming after us, he trying to close the mouth of the holy prophets. So we got to stay vigilant because he's going to probably bring our family against us. Now Esau going to do psychological attacks. Because I can't threaten you with death. So I can't just come with your gun and kill you. Because you're going to go down or whatever. So now I have to play mind games with you. I have to try to poison you slowly. Is what I got to do. I got to corrupt you. So now I'm about to throw this at you. I'm going to throw that at you. They say Esau might come to us with a bag. But, we ain't about to take that either. But he got to try it. So he might. That's why he came to other camps with the bag. They was to throw those prophets off. Okay? I took out about half the camps of Israel. There's probably one camp left. Great millstone, and that's their house of David. So I look at Esau like, hey, good luck, homie. You're not doing nothing with that. Because we over here fully dedicated. So then you got one last church. You know, Esau go to take out churches. He got one last little group to try to get rid of. And we looking, man, he not getting rid of it, man. We really getting stronger. I look at it.
I'm gonna back you up going into diligence. This is 2 Peter 1:10. It says, wherefore the brethren give diligence to make that calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Ooh, I like that, man. It said give diligence. That means constantly looking to your ways. Like we don't just do the truth, watch a lesson, then we just sit back, oh, I got it. No, you gotta constantly build up, man. It's like lifting weights, lifting iron. You gotta constantly get stronger, stay on point. You gotta keep your silly. Like I said, Esau like a roaring lion. He always looking like, how can I get him? How can I hear him? Esau ain't gonna stop. He's not gonna stop, man. He like Diddy, man. I told you I won't stop. He owned it. You know what I'm saying? For us, man, hey, we on the same thing though. We ain't stopping either, man. Like the preacher said, you gotta get diligent. You gotta endure to the end. Because Esau gonna come with lots of stuff. Not just Esau, the spiritual being Satan. He jump on your family. You need to get that stuff up. You need to quit all that hate the white man stuff. You go through financial situations, anything to break you, to stop you from doing this, because this is defeat Esau and the spiritual being Satan. This defeat Satan, what we're doing. So this devil, he gotta do whatever he can. And like that precept said, it said give diligence. So that was Yahushua telling Peter, one of the disciples telling us, like, stay on it, man. Stay constantly eating lessons, stay reading your word, stay studying, because what they do, it makes you stronger, it keeps you on your square. You know, it keeps you like you still up on it. Cause it's like drinking. Like you gotta have that thirst where it can't be quenched. You gotta drink water every day. Let's say you need 8 cups of water every day. Hey, get that water in there, living water, this word. That way you can stay strong. Because the devil, man, it's gonna get worse and worse, man. The devil gonna keep trying stuff. The devil got AI right now. He's playing with your mind. The scriptures is to fortify your mind. That's why it's called a psyop, a psychological operation. If I can mess with your mind, I can make your body go wherever I want it to go. The mind is one of the most strongest things that we possess on this planet Earth.
If you ever read the Willie Lynch letter, that's exactly what they did. You know, because in that letter, it literally tells you, you know, because they had a seminar and they tell you like we need to stop physically killing and beating slaves. Instead, keep the body but take the mind. That's what it says in that letter. And they still operating, they still using that plan to this day. That's why the scripture says, let's take to get advantage of us, but we're not ignorant of taking the device. But that is one of his devices, which goes in his plan. All right, this is another precept that's going to back you up. This is Luke chapter 22, verse 31. And the Lord Yahushua said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you that he may sift you as wheat. All right, in verse 32, he said, but I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen in thy brethren. Okay, and that's the whole point of us coming out here. Okay, so we're letting you know, because even when you hear a scripture that have the word behold, it literally told behold means to watch. Okay, so that's Yahushua. He's basically giving that warning. He said, Simon, Simon, behold, basically watch. Satan has desire to sift you as wheat. Okay, it means that he's trying to knock you out the faith. You know, he's trying to take you out so that way he can devour you. Okay, that's basically what they're going into, man.
All right, I got one right here, kind of going in full circle. Both y'all pulled out. It's Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable perfect will of Yahweh. What it said, be not conformed to this world, means don't be listening to the news, what Esau got to say, all that rhetoric, that's of the world, man. If it ain't from the scripture, the Lord already lays us up what we need to know in our word. Follow that. Don't follow what they gonna say in the news. Oh, you gotta go get this. You gotta go do that. Oh, they doing this. If you conform to this world, you're gonna be destroyed with this world. Because that's what Yahushua gonna do.
Now, can you read that verse 1 out? Romans 12:1.
Yeah, this is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service.
That's what that is right there. He said your body is a living sacrifice. I mean, that we're presenting our bodies as a sacrifice unto Yahweh, unto a righteous kingdom. And then he said holy and acceptable, which is your reasonable service. Okay, they said holy was those and being separate from the world of Babylon. Okay, so your body is a sacrifice, and you become separate, meaning that you don't care about the affairs of this world. So you go to the scriptures that don't occupy the care. Even though we're living in the world, we're not caring about the world. So even if this world was to fall, we're going to be excited about it because we know that the righteous kingdom is going to come along. Okay, and that's why that very next verse when it says, "Be not conformed to this world." The word "conform" pretty much goes into putting your mindset and your body and your being into the standards of America, aka Babylon the Great. That's what they're going into. That's what ultimately that's what holy really means. You know,
you gotta watch. I'm mad. They just hold the deed. You know, back in my 20s. I really say back in my 20s, and he got mad and told me I don't like to tell you need to conform to the world. And after that, I had to leave her, man, rebuke her and leave. I went into the truth at this time. But it tripped me out because we was arguing, and she was like, she Grace wanted me to be a nigga. And I wasn't a nigga. I was on my way of journey trying to find the truth. And she's like, but she had an outburst. She's like, you need to just conform. You need to quit trying to buck the system and conform to it. You know, like, nah, this you gotta go, man. I didn't like that. That's forms that Satan would use to make him say, if I was a weak Jake, but simply because she was a real fine Eve too, real nice. Most dudes would have went and buckled down and gave their strength up to her, and they went for it. And me, I was like, I felt offended. Like, you must like this is what I do. I don't do what these niggas out here in the streets do. I'm not like conform to that nigga stuff.
That was like Joe's fight.
Yeah, she hollered at me too. I felt like, man, I was like, man, you a right hook. She's like, you need to conform. You know, she was mad because, you know, I was on my journey at that point. I was like, it's like they movie Belly. We was in the car. They like, you know, now I was like, yeah, she's fucking your head up. I was like, damn, I'm trying to figure this stuff out. She's all like, hey, quit thinking about that. Be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You must be a YN and all that shit. And that's how Satan is trying to make you conform to the world. But I see at that point, that precept was on. I didn't even know at the time. My mind was being renewed. I was seeing stuff like, man, something ain't right. This ain't right. This don't go right. I need to get to the bottom of this, man. And I noticed Eve, you know, Eve like comfort. She like just be ignorant. They don't like to think. I was in the car thinking, and that offended her. Like, fool, don't be thinking. Don't be thinking. You need to be thinking about this box. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And hey,
giving out your strength to a woman.
God, I wasn't even in truth at that time, man. But it's like, I guess if you're innocent, you don't know it's innocent. After that, I was like, hey, you out of here, man. This little car ride in, I'm about to get that little talk. Hey, this contract is over.
Nolan boy.
I'm out of here.
That actually reminds me of you know how Eve would give you an old picture of your old self back in the day. You'd be like, this is you that I met right here.
Yeah. I need the old you again. Not knowing we don't renewed our mind, but can't do it. That's how you know you own it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh damn, I'm somebody. So you don't even recognize me.
You was the Jake in the world. You was that back in the day. You was that Jake. You was selling drugs. You was all that. This is you that I met right here. When they say shit like that, yeah.
It's time to excommunicate your buddy. Hey, this is what I'm telling you. I said, I outgrew. I outgrew you. I grew up.
Yeah.
You still there. I left you behind.
That brings me to that preacher. This is Colossians chapter 3. We started verse 9. It said, lie not one to another, seeing that you put out the old man, which is evil, and have put on a new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created you.
Ooh, I like that, man. They were doing the image of them that created. So that's us going back to your house outside. And also, it's us remembering ourselves in our captivity.
Yeah.
So now that's what they call that total recall. We get a total recall, like, hold up, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm this.
I'm Hauser.
Yeah. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm supposed to be doing this. Hey, forget your holy days, forget doing this, forget eating that. I'm supposed to eat this. Like now you getting back in line. And the Lord could do something with that. That's the Lord saying, oh, that's my man coming back. That's the Lord saying that word to gather my people back. That's happening in real times. But Esau looking like, no, this can't be happening.
That's that precept in the Zechariah 13:9 when he said the third was I will bring through the fire and they shall call on my name and I will hear them.
Hopefully, man, that's happening. Right, Esau face, man. You gotta think them at least they probably smoking a whole pack of Newport. They stressing.
Right? Learn who they were.
Oh man, we gonna do it. They're like, oh, they got another one. Then they see brothers and sisters on the comment board. So they see the whole nation coming back to life. That's that Valley of Dry Bones. They dry bones, it's like coming back from the dead, man. Like you rising up like the Undertaker. They like, oh no, this can't be happening.
Man, we ain't quiet no more. We question, man, hell no. I think you did what? Now, that's that heavy inquisition we putting on Esau now. You know, making Esau think like, God damn, man. But back in the day, we used to run circles around this. Then they asked questions that our nakedness is being shown.
It's so bad they throw it out they look cool for sample, won't be like us. Kanye West, Candace Owens. They getting that stuff for us, man. They cannon. Because every time Esau jam them up, they go right back into the world to show they're not really about this. They just want the lesson and want to be like us. They show we got the juice. Kendrick Lamar. They want to be like us. Kyrie Irving. So even they cronies, they're starting to flicker and come off the boat and spread some truth. They're like, no.
They really regret selling out. Yeah. basically what it boils down to. All of those celebrities you see they regret.
They won't be like us. So like, dang, I should have went that route. I done sold out. My brother's on the block looking strong, talking that good truth. It's like guts to that devil. Like, wop, 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 wop. You know what I'm saying? Hey, turning that devil turning the TV off. Like, I don't even want to hear that stuff no more. I'm hearing your hot box, y'all was shy, but they got garments on. They bringing all the truth out. Hey, doing it freely. Ain't nobody listening to Pastor Pork Chop no more. I said, TD Jakes is done. Like, what the hell?
They losing members by the day.
Done.
This saying the name, your how about y'all was shot for got this. Like this saying that name is power in itself. Like when you hear that and you say, how about y'all was shot, you start people just start bugging out just by hearing the name. That ain't the name. You know, they bug out. You know,
Making demons come out. That's that ancient name coming back, man, to play. And it's shaking the whole world's foundation. You know, Esau's was a prophet. Based on that truth that's coming from the holy prophets, man. And we're telling you that the devil, because he's getting scared and the truth is hitting him so hard, he about to throw out a Hail Mary out there. That's going to shake everybody to the core. If you call them Esau says, us, we're not going to care. We're going to flap up when we see the wave. You know, you're in the wave, ooh, the wave coming, we're going to flap up, go right over like it's still here. Are you like that? Hey, he saw me spread that rain on that rope. And everybody like, hey, thanks for the drink. You know what I'm saying? We still going to be here. Like, you know, we knew he was going to do it about time. But everybody else is working. Oh, you see this happen? Oh, no. What does that do? Oh, no, I'm scared. They see that around us. That comfort is going it's going to radiate out. They're going to like, oh, well, he ain't scared. Especially the women. That's why Isaiah 4 1 going to kick in. Like, oh, you ain't scared? And what you know? And what's this going on? You know, why you ain't scared? Who? And that's when they going to want to listen. Everything they put their faith in going to fail. They're like, man, what guy you know? What you know? Remember, I got an example of that. Testimony. He did that at the job. Man, it was Jake freaking out. I exposed Hollywood to him and what's going on, the mark of the beast. I didn't know that Jake was that weak. I didn't know he was that weak. So he started having a full-blown panic attack. And what did I get at Jake to calm him down? Because he's in Pledge Christianity. And I gave him Revelation 3 and 10. And when I read it to him, it kind of gave him a little comfort. Because that dude was in full-blown, like, meltdown mode. Oh, I remember what I said to that Jake. I showed that Jake that the Trump administration had the right to discriminate and take any Mexican they wanted. Because he thought I was lying. He thought like they was never the U.S. government, so I told him to look it up. He looked up and said it was true. But that dude, man, I'm talking about had a full-blown meltdown, y'all, Sharala, because he didn't think the government would do that. And it made what I was saying, it made what I said was valid. It's literally what I was telling, because I was telling like, I know what you're about to do. I'm trying to like get Jake, like, you know, from a corner aspect, like, him from the game.
they want it, man. Like,
Yeah. And that Jake was like, I mean, it was so bad. Everyone's coming like, what'd you say to him? Why'd you do that? I thought I was gonna be an HR, y'all. So I'm like, God dang, I know that dude was that weak. You know, man, dude was sweating. And he couldn't even work no more. He went home. And they took him out my air. And he had a full-blown meltdown. He couldn't believe that Esau was doing that. And I gave him only thing that because he was about to bug out. Let me see. I think I gave him Revelation 3 and 10. And that was that conference. That's the only thing that made that dude calm down. He was like, and he had asked me, he was like, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they do? What you gonna do? Because he said I was calm and shit. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I gave him that Revelation. Yeah, I gave him Revelation 3 and 10. I said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them to dwell upon the earth. And I said, I told dude, I was like, man, you know, follow the words of the Lord, man, he'll protect you from it, and you ain't gotta go, you know, you be all right. And that's the only thing calm that Jake down. That dude, I'm talking about swinging his arms, going crazy, hollering. Yeah, he doing temper tantrum at the job, man. Everybody coming to me, man, talking, what you saying and why you do that? And this and that.
That word gave him that, you know how when you take a baby.
Pacifier. Pacifier.
I would give anything that, you know, when a baby get wrapped up, you wrap them up like a burrito.
Yeah. That's a comfort.
Yeah, comfort.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, that's the power of the word, though.
Yeah, and he calmed him down to where he sat down, maybe drinking water, he was sweating. I was like, dang. I was like, that dude gonna cry. He gonna bug out when this stuff happens. Because he bug out when I told him that and I showed him something. And he still ain't right. He still ain't right to this day. Like, when he see me, he get scared. Everybody come to me like, man, don't say nothing to whoop-de-whoop, okay? Because, and like now he act real weird. But I took away his false security. He's living in a false reality. And that little bit of truth I gave him, I'm glad it wasn't nothing like biblically. I didn't say nothing about Esau, you know, so I gave him a little bit. And, you know, I noticed he ain't never, like, got back right. And what I did, I pulled a plug out the matrix, what I did. You know, the matrix movie? Yeah. I pulled that nigga's plug. And he wasn't ready. But Morpheus saying some people ain't ready to hear the truth.
He's like Cypher, nigga. Put me back.
I pulled that plug, and I was like, but I seen him freak out. I didn't know it was going to be that bad. I didn't know he was that weak. So it showed me, the Lord showed me how fragile the 2/3 are. And this is a big old Jake. You know, like 6'3", 250. He gonna cry. He became as a woman.
He gonna cry in the shot.
Yeah, so that let me know how fragile. So I'm like, bro, when they come to that false flag, man, this dude, he's like a child. This dude like a grown child. And that's where most of Yashrala is. And Lord, the reason that event happened was to show me this how, you know, where they at, and it showed the difference. Cause he was freaking out. He looked at me. What car make him call? He's freaking out. He looked at me. He's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And the Lord put it on my spirit, like, man, give him the word. He ain't put Christianity, give him this. And he ain't never even heard that. He been going to church 20-some years, all his life. And he's like, I never seen that before. And I'm like, that's pitiful, man. I told him, like, that your pastor doing you a very good service. That was the only thing calmed him down. Because he asked, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come? What you gonna do? I be grabbing my thing. I'm like, hey, man.
That's the precept, man. The man should be like a woman in travail.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen he grabbed the thing, and man, it was so bad. I'm telling you, Akim, because he was hollering at the job. Everybody's like, man, what you say to him? Why you do that? He still kind of like shell shocked and shook up, and he see me. I'm like, God damn, dude, like, nigga, I feel bad. You got a woman, man. Drop some nuts or something. Like, the devil was coming, bro. Like, you gonna have to man up. You can't hide behind Esau your whole life. And it showed me, like, when the fire come, they couldn't have flag event. He gonna go with whatever they say. And he gonna need a strong man to be around. My comfort and me not being scared is the only thing calms him down. Because he went to, what you gonna do? And like when I showed him the precept, and man, you should have seen, he turned to a kid. Like he just shit my son would do. He sitting up watching it, and the way he looked at me. I'm like, man, let go of my goddamn arm sleeve, man. Let go. Yeah, you hold me. I'm like, man, get off me, man. Look at her. And he was sad, yeah. And this dude, like, he like all big and tall. I'm standing here. He all hanging on to my sleeve, but I gave it to him. It's like, man, it was like, man, like I gave him a passport. So he's like, oh, he had to sit down. He drinking water.
The bottom of his mouth.
Yeah, he had to put the bottle to his mouth, man. Like, goddamn, he go to church. Let me give him this. He's like, I ain't never heard that before. Yeah, I gave some little milk, man. Like I said, like a bottle. I got that dude a bottle, man. So he quit crying and shit. I was like, God damn, like, what, like, thank the Lord he ain't got a family and shit. Your whole family be done. Like, nigga, you have no manhood about you at all. None.
You know, it's crazy. My pops, he talk about people like that all the time, man. He always say this, like, you know, when he's in the army, he said that people like that will get you killed.
God, they ain't got no bearings about them. No comfort. Yeah. So I'm like, damn, I think a lot of Israelite men are like that about my friend. So when the event hits, but that's when they gonna want the truth. I think when the event hit, they might throw the Bible out. Like, this hate speech. We're not using the Bible anymore. It divides people, division. The aliens said they're gonna bring us into fire. They're gonna use AI to write something new. Yeah, I think it's gonna kick in. What this new event they're gonna do? It's gonna kick in favor of the word. We doing away with religion. They say they might come with a false alien invasion. And they trying to flex that with the government. Like, oh, we found alien life. The aliens say that they've been raising us. They're our true masters.
I remember when they said that they was going to make an AI version of the Bible that's going to be all inclusive.
See, they can do that.
That was Elon Musk that said that, wasn't it?
It was a few people that interviewed something that we can use the AI to make all the pieces about.
See, so throw out the Bible and say it be outlawed, and then bringing something new, and then only us that's gonna be, able to relate the truth. That's when Jake gonna want the truth when it's gone. And it's gonna be at our discretion to give it to you, not me. I don't want to deal with you, man. You had all this time and liberty to get the truth, and you regarded it because you caught an entertainment. And now when the shit hit, they gonna be, what's the name? What it say?
I don't want the words.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with you, man. Especially that Jay, I ain't like that. Like, get your ass off me, man. Like you said, like he the type to get you knocked off. He's so scary. I think he's not feeling anything. He over in there. He ain't there.
The Lord ain't gonna give him that truth in that time. Because that's a part of the prophecy. He said the Lord's gonna make the saints mouth clean their tongue, clean the roof of their mouth. They'll be don't speak, they'll be dumb, which goes to not speaking. So a lot of people are gonna be like, where's the truth? And talk to somebody they know what the truth. They don't like, hey, shit, I don't know, man. Shit.
Look at you, praise.
Well, like we gonna follow that precept too, man. I got this pulled up real quick. You read this. Second Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. It says, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion has light with darkness, and what concord have Hamashiach with Balaam, and what part has he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement has the temple of Yahweh with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as Yahweh has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people." Right? So, and that's very important right there, because when you actually apply that scripture, and you see people like 2/3, that bug out, okay? Because even when Bahayar actually read that company precept, then the next day he still came and bugged out. He's basically an unbeliever. He have no faith. So the Lord said, don't be unequally yoked with that individual. You got to separate. That goes back into being holy.
It shows he was too caught up in the world, and he didn't know he thought he was that bad. So when he was going to make you flipped out, he caught up on the words. They caught up on the word, and so he didn't know what to do.
And that part of the proof that he idolized Esau Edom in his scripture. And that's why it says what it says, what agreement do the temple of Yahweh with idols?
And it shows he's not he said he went to church for 20 years, and it shows you don't have no knowledge of the scriptures like in truth. Right. I got a big precept that goes into that. This is Luke 21, and I'm gonna start at 24. It says, "And take heed to yourself, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life." And it goes into what that dude was doing. He was talking about what's going on in this life. It says, "And so that they come upon you unaware." And like that's exactly going to happen to a lot of Jake when Esau hit him with that false flag again, or that snare. It says, "For a snare," it says, "for as a snare shall come upon all them that dwell on the face of the earth." It says, "Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." And that's exactly what the hopeful elect is gonna do. That's what we do. We watching and praying, and we know we're gonna escape because we in good graces with the Lord. But the rest of the world, hey, they over here drunken, surfing, and have the courage of this life. It's gonna catch them unawares, man. And the Lord said, this devil gonna hit them with a snare that's gonna come up on all the world, going into the MOTB, going into these false flags, psyop events, and all these things. So you gotta stay watching and praying to make sure, hey, you be counted worthy to escape all these things. Because if you ain't watching, hey, you're gonna get caught off guard. That's like being in a fight and you got your head turned. Well, what did the referee tell every fighter at the beginning of the fight whenever he said, protect yourself at all times? So you gotta watch, man.
You'll get hit with the haymaker. I like what Ox said, brother. One precept, they said, it's on the idols. See, Jesus is an idol. And Jake is still caught up on that. That sweet baby Jesus. And Jesus don't give you what you need out the Bible. You only get like 8 precepts your whole life. They only give you like a couple precepts. You don't get none of the meat of it, none of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. That's why that Jake so cut off guard, man. That Revelation 3:10, he never heard that. And he needed that. That's the only thing that calmed his ass down. And he on that Jesus, he hang around a bunch of Edomites. And like Dar said, when I showed him what Esau, how diabolical Esau was, that's what tripped up his whole mindset. Because then it showed his enemy that he's still that. Because I know the Jake think that they ain't like that no more. And that's idiotic. Even when you look at Northern Tribe Issachar, they voted for Donald Trump, the Cubans. I will vote for Donald Trump. And now they looking like, God damn.
They go to them old bug out Christians that still think that Esau, that all nations can be saved.
That's false too.
And so that's why I'm like, so when you really think about it, it's like, so you gonna sit here and forget that these devils still act like the same devils from back before, like the ones that actually stole the land from the natives, the ones that blew up Black Wall Street. You gonna sit here and act like these devils still don't exist to this day? Come on now, you can't be that. Yeah, you can't be that doctor. Like, see, that's why I love it when Apostle Kahar said, man, don't deal with the Christians, because, like, man, you guys be wasting your time. They under that song to the point where Edomite, literally Edomite, the red belly, that goddamn devil that call you a nigga to your face, you literally come to me telling me that they can be saved as long as they accept Christ Jesus. God, come on, you fuck out of here with that, man.
And they do it. And if you shatter that, it makes them like they whole reality still. That's like we really living in a real life matrix where the devil has put out a false reality that they subscribe to. See, we live in a different reality. It's like we're unplugged. We walk around like knowing the truth to where, man, we don't give a damn about this matrix. We don't give a damn what Esau talking about, man. This the fall. We want it to fall down. We want the matrix to crash. So that right there puts in a whole different breeding and stuff right there. Like what? Let's say the 2/3 look at us like, you want America to be destroyed? Like, yeah. And that's like a big division. Because they want America to be great again. They want to stay in America. They got American dreams. They want to send their kids to college and get them a 50-year mortgage.
Marriage, but and all that, no, man. Like, hey, we'll put this is John chapter 18, and we start at verse 36. And it says, Yahweh answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servant fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now is my kingdom not from hence. Okay, and that's the point right here in this very verse, is Yahweh even said that this kingdom is not of this world. So when you hear us say that we want to see the destruction of this world, it's because we know that this is not our right. We know that this kingdom is getting ready to fall. All right, because he said if my kingdom was of this world, then my servants will fight. Then Yahweh will allow us to fight to keep this kingdom going. Okay? But what did he say in Zephaniah chapter 3 and 8? He said, wait upon me until I rise up to the praise. Which further proving that this kingdom, America, get Babylon the Great, is going to be on the brink of destruction. And that's why we're waiting for him. You know? We're waiting on our Lord and Savior, Yahweh, who is ready to God Jesus Christ. And we're waiting for him to come destroy this world. We're waiting for him to come destroy America, aka Babylon the Great. And that way we'll have a righteous kingdom right here on earth.
Everyone precept?
Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, Revelations 18:4. Revelations 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, filled to her double.
Man, right there, man. So you heard that? He said, I heard the voice say, come out of my people. What does that mean? Come out of America, man. Come out of this lifestyle society, mental standpoint. Not physically, but spiritually and mentally come up out of her, man. Because the devil about to do a psyop, false flag, that's about to capture people's mind and put them in a state of fear and shock. If you're in this world, you're going to get hit with that. If you're out of it, you're going to be like, about time. We've been waiting on it. And it said the reason they're doing that is because it said, the Lord said, come out and receive our plagues. It ain't no plague worse than the plague of the mind. You know, what we're talking about. Your mind is plagued. Hey, man, that's something that's like hard to remedy. Yeah, it's a plague of the mind right there. And then that's about to come. That's what we put the warning out. Come out of Babylon the Great. You know, get hit with this new psyop. It's going to be a plague of the mind. It's going to put that fear in you, which Esau's going to use to get you to go where he wants you to go. And the Lord is doing that because, hey, the Lord is going to destroy Babylon the Great America. Why? Because the sins will reach up to heaven, man. All the iniquities, like I was talking about earlier, going to Black Wall Street, everything they do to Issachar, everything they do to Gad, Reuben, Judah, Naphtali, all the tribes of Israel. All the wickedness the devil do, the Lord is like, I'm done with that, man. My people is now coming back to me. They're coming back repentance. They're sorry, and now they want to do righteousness. So the Lord's going to give us a place to do that righteousness. First, he has to destroy Esau's wicked kingdom. And if you still got a mindset you want to be in it, you're going to get destroyed right along with it. So that's the Lord saying, come up out of that, come back into the righteous glory of Yahweh Bashar, repent, get back in the commandments, walk in that. Because we're about to do that on a full right now. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. When the kingdom comes, we're going to do it for real. Because we're going to have the full jurisdiction. We're going to have the full autonomy to do it. Esau is going to be in subjection. So it's going to be, we're going to be joint heirs to Yahweh Shah. We're going to be able to live the way we're supposed to live, according to the scriptures. And that's coming. So Lord right now is saying rehearse it and get ready to depart. Like you say that all the time. We say Micah 2 and 10, depart. But this is not your rest. It's polluted, man. It said we're going to eat real food again. We ain't eating real food. The water is all poisoned out. The air is poisoned out. The people are poisoned out. We're going to get everything more authentic, man. Our children can be able to play without worry. Exactly. All that is going to be done away with. We ain't going to see no YNs in the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be a thing of the past. So the Lord is saying right now, prepare for that. Get the kingdom of heaven in your mind. Seek the kingdom. Look forward to that. Look past Esau. That way, when you come to Psyops and, it's false flag events, we're not worried about that. We know why it's happening. That's Esau, throwing a hissy fit because he's done with it. That's just him. That's where that go. That's all that is. We gonna rejoice when we see it. Like, okay, devil doing this. Okay, I need to do this. They doing that. Okay, I need to do this right here. We're gonna look to avoid Esau shit. Okay, you doing that? I'm about to get my shit zipped up and go on bread, goddammit. Because now you made everything digital. And I'm not going to take them on TV, so shit, I into the phone. They said the ministry might end just like that. We might have to just go, what do you say, the prudent man hiding himself? The problem is we might just put ourselves up. Like, soon as the digitals come in, hey, that's the end of working. Hey, that's, got your little, what they call it, a little bug out bag. Grab your backpack, I'm off the grid, man. Waiting on your house shop.
It's a bag, man. That's a bag. What's that, the second Corinthians, 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. Be at Luke paraphrase, be healed and filthy upon the earth. That's what we got our filthy back, man. We're literally like the filthy. We settle here for a minute, and if we think it ain't working out, we're gonna move along, man. Until Yahweh Shah set up our righteous kingdom.
It's gonna be the MOTB systems get made mandatory. That's how you get out of society. We're gonna at that time we're gonna quit. We ain't gonna be working and driving cars and living how we living now. When the MOTB get made mandatory, that's the clue right there. Up, time to resign. I'm out of here. Phone off. We out. Get my Bible, my book, because I'm done with the technology. Because I can't, phones got tracking devices in them, and we out of here. And that's when everybody look what the prophet said. Where they at? We seen the evil come, we hit ourselves, but we already knew what it was. That's what we're trying to tell y'all Charlotte. The RFID microchip that made mandatory is the mark of the beast. That's an event happening. We make that mandatory. And they're gonna make it, the scripture say if you don't take the MOTB, they're gonna seek to kill you. So they don't need trying to stay here and plead like, hey man, let me just get this and I don't want to get it. Nah, the devil ain't gonna go for that, man. You're gonna have them ICE agents.
The Proverbs 27 and 12. The prudent perceive the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass its own and are punished.
Yeah, might as well that's the way to end off, man. So that's us right there. The prudent man. It goes with the man that's got wisdom, not to understand it. Does study. That's a study, man. We don't study, set ourselves approved. We see the evil, because we know what the evil is. It's gonna be that RFID microchip. When the B system is totally erected, that's when it's time to hide ourselves. But we're gonna hide ourselves in the face of the beast. We're not gonna be out here, trying to steal, like, can I be in it but not take the mark of the beast? Like, we already know the penalty to that. The devil gonna be like, no, take them out back and unalive them. We already know that. The scriptures told us that.
The Lord said there's no straddling the fence. You rather be hot or cold. So hey, it ain't no, can I take the mark of the beast and be in the truth? No, it ain't gonna be none of that. It ain't gonna be no, once you do that, it's over with. If you go to that line, it ain't gonna be, I'm gonna take the chip out when I want
They say that.
through.
One of the IUIC members said that. You can take them mark the beast and kill the pet from them.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's totally disrespectful. You said that.
Yeah.
There ain't no repentance after that. You already done served. You said, what's that? Revelation 14.
14 and
Yeah, when you take that, you're gonna taste the wrath of your how about y'all shot. So that's false when he said that. That shows he ain't unlearned, and that come from bad leadership, and that's them false prophets spreading that false gospel.
You already got penetrated by the devil, man.
Yeah, he done already bent you over. No Vaseline. You're not a wise virgin no more. He done took your virginity by putting a device in your body. So us being prudent and know the truth, when that gets made mandatory, it's time to hide yourself. Go off the grid. It's time to hide from the beast. Because that's when they're going to make their move. And that's what we putting it out there. So y'all so you know what to do. You off grid at that point. No more phones, no more making TikToks, no more living in American society. At this point, we walk around like how the birds and owls walk around. Like we pluck stuff off the trees, little apples, and we keeping it moving. Put some in your bag. So I'm about to go in this little hole right here. You know, Esau gonna have ice eggs running around looking for us. He went off the grid at this time. You know what I'm saying? I might watch that new movie called The Running Man. Look like The Running Man. Oh, you out here?
That's a good movie.
You seen it? Yeah, I might check that out because it's a remake. I might check that out. We're gonna be getting away from Esau. Like, we're gonna be in the bushes. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator got blood on us, so they can't get the heat signature. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you see them by eyes. Man. We was out there like bushmen in the bush, man, waiting on y'all shot. Y'all shot come, hey, then we can turn the tides on the devil. Now we hunt. Now he running. We popping out like Dragon Ball Z and shit. You know what I'm saying? Powering up. Now they devil, I'm on the run. You know what I'm saying? It's like King over there. He done put the whole mixtape still. So hey, we just put it out there, man, as a warning, like the devil about to make a move. Probably, this month, somewhere in the future, he's gonna make a move. Because it'll lead us into the MOTB system. Because he can't just he's been so exposed that the finesse game is over with. Now you gotta do some trickery to get the people to go with it.
There's a lot of speculation that they're gonna do something this next week or this, but like even if it is next week or later on down the line, hey, just stay ready. Cause hey, that's why watch and pray. Stay ready and be prudent.
Yeah, be ready. Cause it's coming. It's coming. You gotta do it sooner or later. We can't give you a time frame on when he gonna do it, but we can tell you that he is gonna do it. So this, hey, what they say? Stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready. Hey, stay ready, y'all. Strolling, like, you never know. Anytime we might have to game, we got to, like, depart. You know, it's over with. Like, hey, we ain't going to work next morning. When this event happened. So with that being said, you know, we hope this is edifying. We give all praise glory to.
Yeah,
By ship, by
Shalom.
Shalom, baby.
Shalom.
Hey, stay locked in, baby.